Hey everybody, So Wookie here. In this video, we're going to go over the latest article, which basically goes into detail of the console matchmaking queue consolidation that's being rolled out with update 9.1 next week for the console. Now, basically what this goes into is that there's different queues in certain regions that don't get much play, and they're essentially closing down those queues to make way for newer queues like the seasonal map queue, which is just playing the new Paramo map, as well as solo ranked as well. So let's go into exactly what's happening in each region. They just touched back just before that how they discussed this in June, and how they were watching number of queues, seeing which ones are getting playing, see which ones have got a healthier community and which haven't. So in Europe, they're closing down the first person perspective solo and duo playlists, so that the only one you're going to be able to play in first person's perspective will be first person perspective solo ranked squads first person perspective, and then first person perspective regular squads, because they're closing them. In South America, they're closing all the first person perspective unranked modes. So the only way you're going to be able to play FPP in South America will be through ranked modes, or if you just tap the button to play FPP in a third person perspective lobby. In Asia, they're closing down all first person perspective queues, as well as the ranked third person perspective squad queue. So they're going to have first person perspective squads as well as first person perspective solo ranked. And then they're going to have the normal third person perspective queues as normal. And then the same thing in Oceania as well. So basically, the range and they're doing this, and the aim that they've had to do this is to avoid bot filled lobbies. So, for example, a lot of the time, if you play like a first person perspective match, I've not done it very often, but occasionally I jump into one. You know, especially if it's like an out of hours time, like a random time, you might get 60, 70 bots in a game. Now, yeah, occasionally it's fun to just mop up the bots and have a bit of charge around killing things. But I mean, that's not how PUBG is meant to be, and it's not a good experience really. And they said that, like they said, PUBG is a competitive game. So if those queues aren't getting the playtime, then from my personal perspective, it's a good thing to close them to make way for newer queues, which may well do better and be more popular with the community as a whole. There's no point holding back or being reluctant to add things that people are crying out for, like solo ranked, since ranked has been a thing, because they're gonna have to close a queue that hardly anybody's playing. And again, basically they say that in Asia and Oceania, it's much more popular to play unranked games, but they also like playing in first person. No, they like playing third person perspective, but they do like have a good first person perspective community, so that's why they're still allowing the ranked. They basically say it's going to be done by the time that 9.1 goes live. So if you are a fan of any of these queues, then you've got just less than a week to get a good few games, and those of you enjoy those before the option goes away. And then again, they just do a reminder that PUBG is an ever adapting live service game. Things will change, new things will be added, and that more changes may be made in the future. Or some of these queues might come back if there's enough demand for it. And they also say just give them feedback, and it'll all get reviewed internally, and then they'll make a decision accordingly. And that's it. It's only a quick update today, but just thought I'd let you all know which queues are closing down. And like I say, if you did find this video useful and you did enjoy it, consider liking and subscribing to see more. Wookie out.